In the kingdom of Alaoma, nestled among rolling hills and lush forests, there lived a brave queen named Anyanwu. Queen Anyanwu was renowned for her wisdom, grace, and unwavering determination to protect her family and her people. Queen Anyanwu had already blessed her husband, King Ikenga, with 3 beautiful daughters, but the kingdom awaited an heir to the throne. The pressure weighed heavily on Queen Anyanwu's shoulders, for she knew the importance of an heir in ensuring the stability and prosperity of the realm. As fate would have it, Queen Anyanwu found herself with child once more, and hope bloomed anew in the kingdom. Yet tragedy struck when King Ikenga fell ill and passed away before the child's birth, leaving the kingdom without a rightful heir. Before his passing, King Ikenga had confided in Queen Anyanwu, expressing his fears of his wicked brother, Okwute, seizing the throne in the absence of a male heir. Determined to honor her husband's wishes and safeguard the kingdom from Okwute's tyranny, Queen Anyanwu swore an oath to protect her child and ensure the throne remained in her family's line. Months passed, and Queen Anyanwu gave birth to a healthy baby girl. Despite the disappointment that swept through her heart at the news of another daughter, Queen Anyanwu remained steadfast in her resolve. She knew that revealing the child's true gender would only invite danger and unrest. With unwavering courage, Queen Anyanwu devised a plan to conceal the truth. She dressed her daughter in the finest garments traditionally reserved for princes, and she instructed her trusted advisors and handmaidens to spread rumors of a strong and valiant prince born to the royal family. The kingdom buzzed with excitement at the news of a long-awaited prince, and Queen Anyanwu watched as her people rallied behind the idea of a male heir. Meanwhile, she quietly nurtured her daughter, instilling in her the virtues of leadership and compassion that would one day be needed to rule the kingdom. Years passed, and the young princess grew in wisdom and strength under her mother's guidance. Though she knew the truth of her birth, she embraced her role as the kingdom's future ruler, ready to carry on her parents' legacy of courage and sacrifice. And so the brave queen, Anyanwu, hid the gender of her child, protecting her kingdom from the clutches of greed, and ensuring that the throne remained in the hands of those who cherished justice and honor above all else. As years passed and the princess grew into a formidable young woman, whispers of the truth began to circulate within the kingdom. Okwute, fueled by his thirst for power, conspired with the chief priest to uncover the supposed deception orchestrated by Queen Anyanwu. Gathering false evidence and manipulating the minds of the people, Okwute accused Queen Anyanwu of treason and deceit, claiming that she had hidden the true gender of her child to usurp the throne. The chief priest, swayed by promises of wealth and influence, lent his support to Okwute's treacherous scheme. With the kingdom in turmoil and the people torn between loyalty and suspicion, a trial was convened to judge Queen Anyanwu's fate. Despite her protests and vehement denials, the chief priest and the elders in council, swayed by Okwute's manipulation, delivered a harsh verdict. In a cruel twist of fate, Queen Anyanwu and her daughter were banished from the kingdom, cast out into the depths of the evil forest that bordered the realm. Alone and betrayed, they faced the perils of the forest, their once beloved home, now a distant memory tainted by betrayal and injustice. Yet, even in the face of adversity, Queen Anyanwu remained resolute, drawing strength from her daughter's unwavering courage and the memory of her beloved husband. Together, they braved the dangers of the forest, their spirits unbroken despite the weight of their exile. As they journeyed deeper into the heart of the evil forest, they encountered allies in unexpected places, kind-hearted creatures and benevolent spirits who offered them shelter and guidance. With each step, Queen Anyanwu and her daughter grew stronger, their bond forged in the crucible of adversity. And so, despite the cruelty of fate and the treachery of those they once called kin, Queen Anyanwu and her daughter pressed on, their hearts aflame with the hope of redemption and the promise of a brighter tomorrow. For even in the darkest of times, the light of courage and righteousness shall never be extinguished. As Okwute ascended to the throne with the aid of the treacherous chief priest, a shadow fell over the once thriving kingdom of Alaoma. The gods, angered by the deceit and betrayal that had tainted their sacred realm, unleashed their wrath upon the land. Strange and terrible omens manifested throughout the kingdom, signaling the displeasure of the divine. Untimely death stalked the streets, claiming the lives of both young and old. The fields, once lush with bountiful harvests, withered under the scorching sun, plagued by drought and famine. Pregnant women, once symbols of hope and renewal, perished in childbirth, their cries echoing through the night as their life force faded away. Rivers ran red with blood, a grim reminder of the bloodshed and injustice that had stained the kingdom's soil. Desperate cries for mercy rose up from the people, their prayers unanswered as the heavens remained silent, shrouded in darkness. Locusts descended upon the fields, devouring what little remained of the crops, leaving behind desolation and despair. Despite his newfound power, Okwuti found himself powerless in the face of the god's fury, his rule overshadowed by the relentless onslaught of divine retribution. With each passing day, the kingdom descended further into chaos and despair, its once proud people reduced to shadows of their former selves. But the gods continued to unleash their wrath upon the land, their judgment swift and unforgiving. And so, the kingdom of Alaoma languished in darkness, a cautionary tale of the perils of greed and betrayal, a reminder of the fragile balance between mortals and the divine. As the woes continued to plague the kingdom of Alaoma, the desperate cries of the people reached the ears of a wise diviner. Guided by visions and ancient prophecies, the diviner unraveled the mystery behind the kingdom's suffering. With solemn reverence, the diviner shared the prophecy that had long been foretold, a prophecy of a woman destined to rule the great land of Alaoma with wisdom and grace, blessed by the gods themselves. Yet the god's chosen one had been cast out and left to perish in the depths of the evil forest, thwarted by the treachery of men. Filled with remorse and determination, the diviner offered a glimmer of hope to the beleaguered people. She called upon 7 hardy men, chosen for their strength of body and purity of heart, to embark on a perilous journey into the heart of the evil forest. These men would be prepared spiritually, their souls fortified against the darkness that lurked within the cursed woods. With prayers on their lips and courage in their hearts, the 7 men set forth into the unknown, guided by the diviner's wisdom and the flickering light of hope. Through dense undergrowth and treacherous terrain, they pressed on, undeterred by the perils that surrounded them. Days turned into weeks as the men ventured deeper into the heart of the forest, their resolve tested at every turn. Yet, fueled by the promise of redemption and the belief in their sacred mission, they pushed onward, determined to fulfill their destiny and uncover the truth that lay hidden in the shadows. And then, at long last, they stumbled upon a clearing bathed in soft, ethereal light. There, amidst the ancient trees and whispering winds, they beheld a sight that filled their hearts with awe and wonder. Queen Anyanwu and her daughter, standing tall and resolute, their spirits unbroken despite the trials they had endured. With tears of joy and reverence, the men knelt before the queen, their voices rising in gratitude and reverence for the one whom the gods had chosen to lead them. And as they journeyed back to the kingdom, their souls ablaze with newfound purpose, they knew that the dawn of a new era was upon them, guided by the wisdom and grace of their rightful queen. As Queen Anyanwu and her daughter Ikenga emerged from the depths of the evil forest, they were enveloped in a divine aura of protection. Guided and guarded by the benevolent spirits that dwelled within the ancient woods. Despite the darkness that surrounded them, their spirits remained unbroken, sustained by the unwavering belief in their destiny and the gods' divine intervention. Upon their return to the kingdom of Alaoma, the sound of the great kolo echoed through the land, signaling the long-awaited homecoming of their rightful rulers. Villagers, overcome with joy and relief, flocked to the palace gates, their hearts swelling with anticipation at the sight of their beloved queen and her daughter. As Queen Anyanwu and Princess Ikenga stepped foot into the palace, a miraculous sight unfolded before their eyes. The heavens opened, releasing a torrential downpour that washed away the stains of sorrow and injustice that had plagued the kingdom for so long. The people, jubilant and awestruck, danced in the rain, their voices raised in praise and gratitude for the gods' divine favor. With the blessings of the heavens raining down upon them, Queen Ikenga ascended to her rightful place upon the throne, her mother's legacy of wisdom and grace shining brightly within her. Surrounded by the love and support of her people, she vowed to rule with compassion and justice, guided by the teachings of her parents and the will of the gods. And so, under the watchful gaze of the heavens and the protective embrace of the divine, Queen Ikenga ushered in a new era of prosperity and harmony for the kingdom of Alaoma. Her reign marked by peace, prosperity, and the enduring legacy of her family's courage and sacrifice.